Good morning, children. Welcome to science class. So, in science, we have completed with block 20, isn't it, children? So, let's start with block 21, which is the solar system. Okay, so in this, our first topic is planets in the solar system. What are the planets we have in our solar system? Okay, so please open your science content books, children, and turn to page number 130. 130. Okay, and we have learned that the sun is a star which is in the center of the solar system, like this. Okay, so and it has its own light and heat, isn't it, children? And different objects, it might be planets, asteroids, comets, all these revolve around the sun. Okay, and each of this has their own path, which is called as orbit. Okay, so this is the orbit of Uranus, and this is the orbit of Jupiter, and this is the orbit, the path which is revolving around the sun is their orbit. Okay, the earth also has its orbit, isn't it, children? It revolves around the sun. Because of that, we have change in the seasons, we have learned earlier, isn't it? Yes, so each of them have their own orbit, have their own path to revolve around the sun. Okay, and if you see, children, in this solar system we have 8 planets. Okay, so that is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay, so that's the order. Okay, the closest to the sun is Mercury, then you have Venus, then you have Earth, then Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay, so Mercury is the closest one and Neptune is the farthest one, it is very last one. Okay, so and to remember these planets easily, the order, you have a sentence, and the sentence is, my very educated mother just served us none. My, so M, no, M for my Mercury. Then you have my very educated, very, V, Venus, educated, E, Earth, mother, M, Mars, just, J, Jupiter, served, S, Saturn, us, 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 U, Uranus, none, N, Neptune. Okay, that means you will take the first letters of each word of that sentence and you can name the planet's name in order. Okay, and along with the planets, there are some small objects that revolve around the planet. So the planets are the objects which revolve around the sun, and the small objects that revolve around the planet are called as satellite, as we have moon. Okay, so moon is a natural satellite, isn't it, children? So for us, you have moon. Yes, so in the same way, there are some planets which does not have any satellite, which does not have any moon, and there are some planets which have more than one satellite, more than one moon. Okay, children, so this is about the objects that we find in the solar system. Now if you see the planets, okay, the first planet is Mercury, isn't it, children? This Mercury is the smallest planet in the whole solar system. Among the planets, among the 8 planets, Mercury is the smallest one. Okay, and it has craters. Craters, like they are like a ball. They have the surface is like a ball. They have some spaces like a hole, you can say, like a it the surface is not even, it is like ups and downs, you can say. Okay, so in that way you can find on that Mercury. Okay, and the Mercury has different climatic conditions. Okay, some part of it is extremely hot and other part is extremely cold. Okay, so the climatic difference is also very a lot. Okay, and to complete one orbit, one revolution around the sun, it takes about 3 months. Okay, for us on earth will take 12 months, isn't it, children? That is 1 year. Yes, for one revolution around the sun. So for Mercury it is only 3 months. Okay, because it is closer to Earth, the distance it has to travel around the sun is less. So that's why it takes only 3 months. Okay, next you have Venus. Okay, so Venus is the second planet, and it has a thick cloud like cover around it, which makes it look like orange appearance. It looks like a orange planet. Okay, and here, when a spacecraft was landed on Venus, okay, when astronauts were thinking about landing on the Venus, they did not go, the humans will not go first, children. They will send the spacecraft first. So when the spacecraft landed on this Venus, all the instruments of the spacecraft melted in 2 hours. Why? Because of the intense heat, because it is closer to sun, isn't it? So the heat was so much that it melted all the instruments in the spacecraft. Okay, so that you can imagine how hard the planet is. Okay, and coming to the revolution of Venus, it takes about 7 months to complete one orbit, one revolution around the sun. Okay, next you have third, that is Earth, which we live on, isn't it? And this planet Earth is called as blue planet because it has water. Okay, so 70% of our land surface is covered with water, isn't it? Like oceans and seas, isn't it, children? So that's why we will call it as blue planet. Okay, so here we have the mild temperature, and we have a thick layer of air which is called atmosphere around us. Okay, around the Earth's surface. Okay, children, next you have Mars. So Mars is called as red planet. Okay, why? Because the soil on the Mars is red, so reddish soil, so that's why this planet is called as a red planet. Okay, and it looks like the mountains, volcanoes and deserts as we see in the on our Earth. Okay, the places where you have mountains, where you have deserts, how it looks, in the same way the Mars looks like that. Okay, so here, and also here, the Mars have thin layer of atmosphere. For us it is thick layer, for Mars it is thin layer of atmosphere. Okay, it has thin layer of atmosphere, and Mars takes about 23 months to revolve around the sun. Okay, Mercury it's only 3 months, Venus it is 7 months, Earth it is 1 year, we already know, and Mars takes about 23 months. Okay, that means it's almost equal to 2 years, isn't it, children? Yes. Next you have Jupiter. This one, Jupiter, if you see, children, it is the largest planet in the solar system. As Mercury is the smallest, Jupiter is the largest planet. Okay, it rotates very fast around the sun. Okay, it rotates around the sun very fastly, and also, even though it is rotating so fast, it takes 12 years to rotate around the sun, to complete one rotation, one revolution. Okay, and here we don't see solid surface as we have on the Earth surface. Okay, there is no solid surface. Okay, next you have Saturn. Okay, Saturn has large number of rings. Okay, that means it has more number of, can you see here in the picture, children? There is a ring here, so there are number of rings around the Saturn. And in the same way as Jupiter does not have solid surface, Saturn also does not have solid surface. Okay, and here winds blows with a very high speed, which is 1800 kilometers per hour. Okay, it blows very very fast, and to complete one revolution, one rotation around the sun, one revolution, it takes about 30 years for one rotation around the sun, one revolution. Okay, 30 years. Next you have Uranus. Okay, it is believed that it is the coldest planet. Okay, so it is not proved, but we believe that it is the coldest planet and it has the icy surface. Okay, the surface is very icy. Okay, and we have learned that these planets rotates, isn't it? They spin around themselves. Yes, but here Uranus rolls like a ball. It rolls like a ball. Not, it does not spin, it rolls. Okay, and for one revolution around the sun, one rotation around the sun, it takes about 84 years. Okay, are you observing, children? From Mercury to Uranus, the time period is increasing, isn't it? The rotation around the sun is increasing. Why? Because the distance from the sun is increasing, so the time taken to complete one revolution around the sun is also increasing. Okay, and finally you have Neptune. Okay, so this is extremely cold climate. Why? Because it is very far from the sun and it receives very less sunlight and heat. That's why it's very very cold, and also have the windstorms. Okay, as it is very cold, the windstorms are also common here. And the speed of this windstorms is 1,000 kilometers per hour. Very strong. Okay, and like Uranus, this also have the icy surface. That's because they are away from the sun, children, because the amount they receive heat and light from the sun is very less when compared to the other planets. That's why these surfaces on Uranus and Neptune, they are icy. Okay, and for Neptune, one revolution takes 165 years. Okay, so you can observe, for Mercury it is only 3 months, for Venus it is 7 months, for Earth it is 12 months, 1 year, and for Mars it is 23 months, that is almost equal to 2 years. And next Jupiter, it is 12 years, Saturn it is 30 years, Uranus it is 84 years, and Neptune it is 165 years to complete one revolution around the sun. Okay, children. So this is our topic for today, children. I have given few keywords in your daily schedule. Please learn them and write it in your classwork and underline in your content book also. Okay, and if you find any other difficult word, you can underline it and you can write it in your classwork book. Okay, and learn them. Now coming to your question answers. Write the names of the planet in the order of their distance from the sun. So whenever you are writing this answer, children, you can remember that sentence: my very educated mothers just served us none. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. If you remember that sentence, answering this question will be easy. Okay, next one. Which planet takes longest to complete revolution around the sun, which is very far, which is the last planet, Neptune? Describe the surface of this planet. It is icy because it is very far from the sun. The surface is very icy. What is the other planet whose surface is icy? Uranus. Okay, and name the planets which does not have solid surface: Jupiter and Saturn. Okay, you should understand the unique features of each planet, children, so that it will be easy for you to understand and to remember. Okay, so write these two answers in your classwork and please learn it, children. Coming to your homework, children, complete your volume book 3, page number 25 and 26. You have two pages, S1 and S2. Page number 25, S1, orbits of the planets. Page number 26, S2, the planets. Okay, tomorrow we will learn the next topic, children. See you in the next class. Bye.